What if I told you that there is an actual chance we are witnessing the greatest MLB hitter of all time? Folks, Aaron Judge is going insane mode right now. I mean, what he is doing on the field is not getting talked about enough, and it's already getting talked about a ton. So that just goes to show how great he is actually being. We're going to break into what it is that he's doing right now, how it compares to some of the legends out there like Barry Bonds, like Hank Aaron, some of the other elites in the game today, and what he has to do if he wants to earn himself a spot on maybe the top 5 greatest hitters of all time list. Welcome in, everybody, to Bad for Baseball, baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. Please make sure to hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and of course, let us know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Aaron Judge, fucking god of baseball, dude.
Yeah, I made a little short the other day just talking about like MVP odds favorites, and I pulled up the MVP odds favorites. I'll show you guys right here, and I was like, oh wow, Aaron Judge is pretty heavily favored to win the MVP. Negative 599, round up to 600 for conversation's sake. I'm like, wow, why is this guy?
It's May 1st.
Yeah, it's May 1st, and this guy's already a lock for the MVP. And then you go over to the dude's stats, and he's leading MLB, obviously in OPS, one of the better categories to quantify hitters nowadays. The average, though, of 427, slug of 761, leads the MLB in home runs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's tied right there with Kyle Rowley and Eugenio Suarez. And then, of course, the RBIs are absolutely insane. He's right there tied with Teoscar Hernandez. Dude could have like a freaking triple crown year and win the MVP. He's having that quite good of a year, Nick.
Yeah, man. I mean, right prior to hitting the record button, you said, oh, he's arguably one of the greatest home run hitters of all time. But I mean, like, the contact's there, the on base, obviously, the guy is so complete in my mind. And you had that whole conversation of, well, Yankees lose Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, not going to have that guy in front of him. What's he, now that they can kind of pitch around him a little bit more, is he going to fall off? That's just not the case at all. Like, he's thriving in this environment right now.
And that's the thing. They're not actually, like, pitching around him a whole lot. He does have a lot of walks, 21. Doesn't really lead the MLB if we flash over here. It's a decent amount of walks for sure. He's right there, 11th in baseball. But, we're going to talk about this guy a little bit later in this podcast. But, you started to see it a little bit last year. He got the Barry Bonds treatment where it's like, well, why the hell are we ever going to pitch to these guys or to, guys like Aaron Judge and Barry Bonds? Let's just pitch around him and face the rest of the team. And, the Yankees lineup, you got Goldschmidt, who's actually having a great year. He's having a good year. He's got a high batting average, literally second in the MLB. So, like, he's kind of supporting Aaron Judge in that sense. But, you got to start eliminating one at bat by just getting this guy on base at this point.
Actually, speaking about odds, right? Like, you got a crazy favorite for Aaron Judge to win MVP. I don't know if you guys can find it anywhere. Shout out to Betway. We'd have to take a look at it. But if you could find the league leader in walks, I would take Aaron Judge right now, because I guarantee that as this season progresses, and I'm actually shocked that it's not already happening, right? But as the season progresses,
for sure.
That's the thing, you look at those statistics. There is just no reason whatsoever. I don't care. I genuinely do not give a fuck what the situation is. Yeah. The only time I'm throwing to you is if
loaded?
Is bases loaded. That's
maybe
literally it.
Maybe runner at first and second. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's such a specific moment in time, because with what you're doing, you are so much better than every single other individual in MLB. I know wholeheartedly, as a manager, as a coach, whatever, that my pitcher, regardless of who he is going to get beat up by you. So I'm taking Aaron Judge, leader in walks, entire season. It's going to happen, guys.
Yeah, and you look over at their lineup right now. This is their projected lineup according to Fangraphs. Ben Rice is having a good start to the season. Paul Goldschmidt's right there. Again, like I said, he's second in the MLB in average. But then after that, it kind of falls off just a little bit. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, would I rather face Aaron Judge with a runner in scoring position or Ben Rice? Give me Ben Rice, even though he's off to a great start.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Ultimately, that's somebody that we can actually. That's somebody in this league. Aaron Judge isn't even in this goddamn stratosphere. Going over to his Baseball Savant page right here, folks. The sabermetrics are obviously off the charts. 100th percentile in expected WOBA, 100th percentile in expected slugging. Oh no, 99th percentile in expected bat. Maybe he's going to fall off. No, but this is quite literally one of the greatest baseball savant pages that I've ever seen. And, like some of these numbers too, like they're in the 100th percentile. They're so far, better than everyone else. Like it doesn't even do it justice looking at this.
Yeah. He's tiers above everybody else. And then that begs the question, of course, and we actually talked about this last year on this podcast, I remember, is this the best hitter that we've ever seen since Barry Bonds, and could he possibly be even better than Barry Bonds? And when we look over at Aaron Judge and his baseball reference page, I mean, for me, I'll say this right here. It is unfortunate that he came up at the age of 24, because if he came up earlier, maybe he'd be on a better pace. And it's unfortunate that he had to go through COVID and that he had to get injured. I mean, the Yankees for a while there, they had that training regimen that was like, oh, we're going to focus on strength building. And then as soon as they switched over to flexibility, this guy stayed healthy. And then look at the numbers that he's been doing ever since then. We've got to highlight it right here. The last 4 seasons, ever since that 62 home run season breaking, or I believe it broke the American League record for a home run by a single player in a single season. Right here, 1.119 OPS, home runs in the time, 167. And you're right, the batting average of 313. So that's no slouch right there. And that, if you look over to Barry Bonds, I'm doing a very weak comparison right here, from the ages of 30 to 33 for Barry Bonds, it's arguably better. More home runs from Aaron Judge, better OPS, better batting average. The one big difference here, though, is the age conversation. Can he stand the test of time?
Look, I certainly would never want to bet against somebody like an Aaron Judge, because the guy continuously has been proving people wrong his entire career so far. Do I expect him to still be doing this, and maybe even more so 5 years from now or 6 years from now when he's 39? Probably not, without, of course, the help of some, added substances, right?
Yep.
Which is obviously what allowed Barry Bonds to stay at that high level for as long as he did. We don't know exactly when Barry Bonds started or didn't start, doing what he was doing, but pretty clear that when you're age 39 and you have an OPS of 1.422, something has got to be up here, right? It's just this is not natural for the human body. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that Aaron Judge is ever going to be able to break the total home run record, because he'd have to more than double the number of home runs that he has already at this point. But I do think that, at least in this generation, we are seeing somebody at the same caliber in their prime as a prime Barry Bonds. And there was a large conversation for a long period of time where it's like we're never going to get anybody like that again, because the pitchers are so good, the pitchers are so dominant these days, which is very, very true. But no, there is actually somebody on the field today, right now, that prime, his prime compared to Barry Bonds' prime minus the roids, we are right on the same playing field.
Yeah, and I think that's what's even more impressive. As far as we know, this dude's number, like 100% natural, right? So that's what's even more impressive, and he's doing it at an unreal rate against better pitching nowadays, which is even more impressive. Because if you look over where he's at currently in the leaderboards in all-time home runs, I actually got to scroll.
Long way.
I got to scroll a little bit. Yeah, here he is, right over next to Carlos Santana, tied 126 with 325 home runs. But he's doing it at an unreal rate. He's got just over 1,000 games to his name, 1,024 with 325 bombs. So you do the math. That's like a little more than a home run, maybe a little less than a home run a game.
It's effectively
every 3 games.
Yeah,
every 3 games.
It's basically Aaron Judge is a lock so far in his career to hit 1 home run every 3 games, which is quite literally the quickest rate that anybody has done this ever, over, of course, an extended sample size, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is nuts to me. That, again, total home runs, he might not ever get up there with Hank Aaron and Barry Bonds and whatever, but just from a pure, production standpoint, you could make an argument that this is the greatest home run hitter that we've ever seen, because he does it at the quickest rate, comparatively speaking to everybody else.
Yeah, and looking over here at Barry Bonds, you're right, looking at the 3,000 games he's played, 762, Aaron Judge, if he had the same time that he came up, 21 years old as Barry Bonds, and then produced till he was 39, then you would absolutely smash his record. But, Aaron Judge, again, the test of time is gonna tell, because he's 33 right now. When does the wheels fall off? honestly, my opinion is just enjoy it. We don't know how long he's going to last, but I can say this for sure. At 33 years old, he's healthy. He's doing it. He's doing it at an unreal rate, and he's locked for MVPs any given year.
Exactly, right. And at 33 years old, this might be the best version of him that we have ever seen. Now, of course, this has meant that the Yankees are off to an incredible start right now. All of those concerns about their pitching staff, about, no Juan Soto, throw all that shit out of the way right now because you got Aaron goddamn Judge leading everything. So even though they're ranked 19th in starting pitcher ERA, doesn't matter. First in average, first in on base, first in OPS, first in home runs. When you have an offense that does that, you can make up for the lack of starting pitching.
Yeah, and it's again they're going through a little bit of injury bug right now. They're gonna get through it and they're gonna be fine. And just even when they're injured, they're still, in my opinion, the best team in the American League. The Detroit Tigers are making a very great statement for that.
Yeah, they
number one. But just in terms of run differential, that's the name of the game. You gotta score more runs to win ball games, and they're right there atop the AL East. So I think they're pretty much a lock to win the AL East because Boston, we thought they'd be good. They got off to a shaky start. They've been good. They've been bad. Yankees, though, are dominant, and they're supposed to be injured right now.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? This is where they should be giving up W's, and they're just not right now, guys. So that's where we're at right now in terms of Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees. You got a line for us, though, eh?
I do, yeah. If you want to bet Aaron Judge to win the MVP, shout out to Betway, guys. Hit your picks and knock it to the park with Betway. Scan the QR code down below, or click the link in the details to join the action. You could bet. You'd have to bet a lot of money to get a good return, but the return is 1.16 multiplier. So if you bet $100, you'd win 16.
That is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's how much of a
it
lock.
is May 1st right now.
Yep.
He's played 30 games. That is so crazy to me, folks. But you let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Please hit that like, smash the subscribe button. And, of course, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.
Cheers.